Hola chicos, these are your notes for the preterite irregular verbs. Okay, so please take these notes in your Spanish notebooks. Okay, the irregular verbs are hacer, dar, ser, ir, and ver. Okay, in case you forgot what these words mean, I've also included this along with the chart. Okay, so let's start with hacer. So, as I mentioned, these are completely irregular. So, yo hice, tú hiciste, él, ella y usted hizo. Notice that C changes to a Z in the él, ella and usted form. Nosotros hicimos, vosotros hicisteis, ellos, ellas y ustedes hicieron. Okay, as we saw with the present tense, when I asked you, ¿qué haces en la escuela? Remember I had mentioned that you do not answer with the verb hacer unless you're saying that you do your homework in class or at school. So the same thing would apply in the preterite tense, which is the past tense. So if I were to ask you, ¿qué hiciste ayer? I'm asking, what did you do yesterday? Unless you're answering that you did homework yesterday, you should not be using hacer in your response. Okay, so for instance, ¿qué hiciste ayer? Ayer yo tomé fotos. All right, if indeed yesterday you took pictures. Okay, let's move on to the verb dar. So yo, di, tú, diste, él, ella y usted dio, nosotros dimos, vosotros disteis, and ellos, ellas, and ustedes dieron. Moving on to the verb ser, which means to be, and the verb ir, which means to go. Now, for the sake of helping you guys remember these conjugations, I'm going to call these two, ser and ir, the FU verbs in the preterite tense. And you'll see why in a little bit. So, yo fui, tú fuiste, él, ella y usted fue, nosotros fuimos, vosotros fuisteis, ellos, ellas, and ustedes fueron. Okay, now, the conjugation for the verb ir in the past tense is identical to the verb ser. Okay, so we're just going to transfer this. Yo fui, tú fuiste, él, ella y usted fue, nosotros fuimos, vosotros fuisteis, ellos, ellas y ustedes fueron. Okay, now my question to you is, how do you tell the difference between ser and ir? If you've been paying attention in class this entire semester and if you paid attention in level 1, you would know how to tell the difference between ser and ir. Okay, think about the context. Think about how you would say, I went to the bathroom versus I was smart. Okay, I will ask you this in class and I hope to hear the correct answer. Okay, the last verb is ver, which means to see. Yo form is vi, tú viste, él, ella y usted vio, nosotros vimos, vosotros visteis, ellos, ellas y ustedes vieron. Now, as you've noticed, since we're wrapping up the note-taking session, you should notice that none of these conjugations have accents. Okay, so they're conjugated completely different from what we took notes on as far as the AR verbs are concerned, but they also don't have any accents. Okay, now let's try and answer a few of these questions. The ones we do not complete in this video, you should complete as homework or as practice. ¿Qué hiciste en tus vacaciones? Now, once again, look and see what hiciste mean. Right? If you go back to your notes, you'll see that it means you do, right? You did. So what did you do on vacation? So I'll just say yo visité un museo. Okay? What about número 2? ¿Dieron ustedes una caminata el verano pasado? Now you have to think back to one, the conjugations of this verb in the past tense, and two, do you know your vocabulary? Because dieron una caminata is dar una caminata, just in the preterite tense. And once again, what does ustedes mean? We don't want to make that same silly mistake of responding with ustedes. So dieron ustedes una caminata el verano pasado. Did you all go for a hike last summer? So yes or no? I'll just go with no. No, nosotros no dimos una caminata. Okay. Número 3. ¿Viste las artesanías en el mercado al aire libre? And once again, this is a yes or no question. So I'll just go with yes here. Sí. Yo vi las artesanías. And I'll just continue. You could just stop right here, but let's just continue. En el mercado al aire libre. This would be a more complex sentence. Okay, more complete. Yes, I saw the handicrafts in the open air market. Okay, so why don't you attempt to do questions 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 as practice. Now, I am going to let you know that number 8 does force you to recall indirect object pronouns. So please revert back to your notes on the indirect object pronouns and remember that there's a specific question that you want to ask. Okay? Perfecto, chicos. Buena suerte y nos vemos en la clase.